Before we get to the movie, do you remember when you first started watching DVDs?
It was a big deal.
How amazed were you by DVDs?
It was the one technology where I thought I'm never going back. Because going back to videotape after seeing a DVD...
It's the worst.
It's the worst!
All of the stuff like the crystal clear freeze frame was huge. This
really doing a frame by frame.
Frame by frame advancing. But I think the thing that amazed me the most was the foreign language audio option. I must have watched half of Pulp Fiction in Spanish. And then I watched the other half in French. I've got a bunch of movies that I've never seen before. You don't know what they are. Every episode I'm going to spring one on you. It might be good, it might be bad. We'll watch it and talk about it. Welcome to the basement. Legendary R&B singer Louis Jordan once sang, "You only live but once, and when you're dead, you're done." But sometimes death isn't the end, especially if you have an unquenchable thirst for vengeance, like The Crow.
Okay, Matt, I know how old you are. You go to movies all the time, and this movie was a movie that you had to see, and you didn't see it.
And I'd never seen it.
Why not?
I just never got around to it. I always give you that same answer when you ask that.
Yeah.
And at this point, there are movies I've been saving for a couple of years because I know they're going to be on the show.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this was one of them, but it's been near the top of my list for probably 2.5 years. Released in 1994, The Crow stars Brandon Lee, son of Bruce Lee, Michael Wincott, and Ghostbuster Ernie Hudson. It was directed by Alex Proyas. A series of errors by the prop crew led to star Brandon Lee being injured on set by blank ammunition. He was rushed to the hospital and later died in surgery. The final 8 days of production were accomplished with script rewrites, stunt doubles, and digital effects. The Crow soundtrack features a who's who of 90s alt-rock groups: The Cure, the Jesus and Mary Chain, Rage Against the Machine, Nine Inch Nails, Stone Temple Pilots, and Pantera! You remember Pantera?
I remember the name.
Yeah, me too. I didn't listen to it.
Do I look like someone who listened to Pantera? As far as I know, it's made up entirely of Panthers.
The band My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult makes a cameo appearance in the film. Did you see this when it came out? You saw it in the theater?
I saw it in the theater, yes.
Looking forward to seeing it again?
No. I just read a meme recently saying that The Crow is basically RoboCop for goths. So you have seen this movie, in a way. Is it Pantera coming?
Brandon Lee did follow in his father's footsteps and became a martial artist himself. To be a successful one, you need lightning reflexes, and perhaps this gift will help you in that regard.
This will help me raise my son in the 1940s. It's jacks.
You bounce the ball, you pick up the things, jacks.
You don't have to tell me how to play jacks.
I'm telling them how to play jacks.
Oh, yes.
That white thing there, that's a little sack to keep your jacks in.
A jack sack.
Yeah. So rise from your untimely grave and come over to the old leather couch where we will be kicking ass and taking names with the Crow. Caw, 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 caw. I can't wait for the scene where the Crow meets his ultimate nemesis, Scarecrow.
It's October 30th, Devil's Night. El Noche del Diablo.
A night when all of the buildings in the city are burned to the ground.
There's been a horrible outbreak of CGI fire across the city.
Please, someone call the cartoon fire department.
Every single year.
Why this happens, we don't know. But it's very popular among the criminals.
The next night's Halloween, though, and they leave that for the kids.
Meanwhile, Officer Albrecht is at a crime scene.
A woman is dying on the ground. Things are not going well for Shelley. She's very bloody. Yeah, that's right. It's very sad.
A little girl, Sarah, shows up. Is Shelley okay? No, Shelley is definitely not okay. Is that your mom? No, she just is a friend. And Eric, he's not okay either, is he? No, Eric's dead. Okay.
Flash forward 1 year.
A crow hangs out at the graveyard. It's Eric Draven's grave. Eric Draven.
And who comes out of the ground? It's Eric. He's back. Down at Maxi Dog, the local hot dog stand.
Maxi Dogs. Enjoy them once a month.
Officer Albrecht is hanging out with young Sarah. She's a very dour girl. Her mom's a junkie.
Hey, pig, where's the bacon? Or whatever.
What was that?
What was that? It was a clown. Those criminals are up to their old tricks again. Eric returns to the scene of the terrible crime. He sees all the remnants of his memories. Snowball, you're still here.
Everything he touches shoots memories into his body. He sees in graphic detail exactly what happened to Shelley. He sees the faces of all the murderers. And he also sees that she lived on for 30 hours in extreme pain before she finally perished. He cuts himself on his hands and he immediately heals. Ooh, this could come in handy.
Eric finds his old makeup kit. The Cure is the only music that could ever play during this scene. Feed me, it's been a year!
He becomes the Crow.
And he has to avenge his dead girlfriend. He is indestructible. Can't be killed, because he's already dead.
Down at the club, all the bad guys are hanging out and having a bullet party.
Eating bullets, you know.
Like bad guys do.
Tintin, T-Bird, Skank, Fun Boy, the gang's all here. Is that guy's nickname Tintin? He's a real fan of French comic strips.
This one is.
Hey. This bullet eating contest is getting real ugly. It's not supposed to be competitive. It's just for fun. Tintin goes to Gideon's pawn shop.
Oh, I'm tired of getting the high hat. He's pawning stuff.
Gideon won't give him enough money, though, and he leaves. He's mad. Wait, before you go, would you like to invest in a dry cleaning establishment?
And as he's walking home down a dark alley, he meets a certain dead guy.
The Crow finds Tintin, fights him, and kills him.
And he leaves a signature behind.
The murderer was Banksy.
Gather your soldiers.
Well, you may. Old time it is a-flying.
Top Dollar is the big man of the organization. His girlfriend, Micah.
They have this thing that they do where they have threesomes and then kill the girl and chop her eyes out and use them for magic rituals. So they're that couple. We all know a couple like that.
Just a little strange.
Yeah.
All right, honey, we got to get through all this cocaine tonight or it's going to spoil.
Get the hell out of the road!
Hey, you, get a more recent station wagon.
The Crow goes to Gideon's pawn shop.
Suddenly, I heard a tapping, as of someone gently rapping.
And you owe me a fucking new door!
Quoth Polito, a new door. He's looking for his girlfriend's engagement ring. She was his fiancée. He smacks around Gideon for a while. He finds the ring he's looking for.
Tell the rest of them that death is coming for them. Tonight.
And he blows up Gideon's pawn shop. But don't worry, Gideon's fine. The Crow encounters Officer Albrecht.
Aren't you a dead guy that I know? Nah, it can't be. And Eric's gone. Sarah almost gets hit by a car, but she's saved by a mysterious man.
You need to slow down, dickhead!
Thanks for saving me, dickhead.
She doesn't see the guy's face, but she recognizes his words.
It can't rain all the time.
Eric?
Those are lyrics from one of Eric's rock songs from his rock band.
Hangman's joke. Noose to see you.
Gallowing my way.
Don't thank me.
I wasn't going to. I'm quite rude.
I'm cool.
You didn't get that file from me, okay? And don't tell me you owe me one.
I wasn't going to. I'm a rude person. Caw, caw, same old thing, day in and day out. Fly around, follow the crow, caw. Fun Boy's with his girlfriend Darla. They're shooting some drugs.
They are morphine addicts. Morphine, more fun.
The Crow shows up.
You nearly gave me a fucking heart attack!
You never give me a heart attack. Yeah, well, he's out there singing, hey, now my boyfriend's back. Fun Boy shoots him. That's not going to do anything. He tells Darla that drugs are bad for her, and he takes the drugs out of her body.
Morphine is bad for you.
Dude, you're killing my buzz.
Go home and be a good mother.
I'm finally going to go to nursing school. And the Crow kills Fun Boy with drugs. It sounds like Seinfeld. With drugs, can you believe it? He kills him with drugs.
Now fill it up!
I have gotten so much hi-hat tonight.
You can leave your hat on there, officer.
Na 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 na. The Crow visits Officer Albrecht. Albrecht is dressed casually, you could say. Close the flap in those boxers.
Are you some kind of a ghost?
If someone asks you if you're a ghost, Ray, say yes.
Dude, I've been here for 5 minutes. Please put on pants.
I saw her through your eyes.
You're Beautiful brown eyes. Say, do you mind if I take my shirt off? I like to be comfortable when I'm at home. Oh, also now the Crow has a guitar. Finally, he's laying out some smoking riffs with that axe.
Next on the Crow's docket is T-Bird.
These guys with their improv warm-ups. T-Bird and Skank are at the convenience store getting snacks and beers and stuff, and the Crow kidnaps T-Bird.
The fuck are you supposed to be, man?
I'm supposed to be alive, no thanks to you. Makes him drive his car real fast.
Faster.
Faster! Faster!
What the crab? Drives him off to the wharf.
I know you. I knew you.
I used to listen to your band at the ballroom downtown. You guys were really good.
The Hangman's noose, or Hangman's journey.
Joke! That's
Hangman's
it, yeah. The car is full of explosives, and before you can say warriors come out and play a, T-Bird is killed.
And then the calling card in flames.
Driving!
Welcome to the first day of the rest of your suspension.
For what?
Misconduct.
At least he didn't get sent to the evidence room. That's like the worst punishment for a cop. Sarah visits the Crow. I was Eric, but I'm the Crow. And she says, I love you. Or something. I don't remember what they talked about.
You see him too?
I saw somebody.
I was in my underpants. Oh, this has got to be the Thrill Kill Cult. They look as though they enjoy kills and thrills.
Top Dollar brings in all of his surviving hoods.
Devil's Night is coming up, but you know what? Devil's Night has become passé. Everybody's burning down buildings nowadays, and I'm bored with it.
No, I want you to set a fire so goddamn beg the gods will notice us again.
Got to change it up sometimes.
Hey, you!
Get off your cloud. We're going to wait. What's that Crow doing here? It's the Crow. Hey, guys. Want to try to kill me?
Top Dollar says, all right, shoot him, boys. And they riddle the Crow with bullets, but that doesn't stop him because you know why.
There is an enormous shootout.
The Crow finds Skank and kills him. He's killed the 4 guys now. This is his vengeance.
He's ready to go back into his eternal slumber. Bad Crow, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for you? The secret is the Crow. That's his link between the land of the living and the land of the dead. If you kill the Crow, you kill the Crow. The Crow finds Sarah. He says, Sarah, you're going to be okay. I'm going back to my grave now because I'm done.
I gave this to Shelley once. I think she'd like you to have it.
Let's find out. Can I get another Crow over here? I want to talk to my dead girlfriend. Little help? Another Crow?
But then Sarah is kidnapped.
Was that some sort of souvenir there?
You know, his hair is giving me really strong Neil from the Young Ones vibes. I've been trying to figure it out this whole time, and I finally got it. His crow sense begins cawing. Sarah's in trouble. He goes into this old church to rescue her. Sidekick with the rifle shoots the Crow, and now Eric is no longer invulnerable. They're about to kill him, but Officer Albrecht shows up and kills the sidekick guy. I didn't get his name.
Officer Albrecht is shot, but he lives. He just can't do anything else.
Micah has that injured Crow. Now, I'm going to take the power of this Crow, and I'm going to be just like you. But the Crow, in some poetic justice, pecks her eyes out, and little Miss Eye Freak goes falling down to her death.
This is the end of Paddington.
Top Dollar's up there. He's got swords, and they have a sword battle. Sarah, meanwhile, is tumbled to the edge of the roof. She's hanging on for dear life. The Crow is distracted by Sarah's peril, and he's run through with that sword.
It's a murder of Crow.
All that bad stuff that happened to you, I really was the one who orchestrated it, so you know, I may as well have been the guys who killed you. Take this.
30 hours of pain.
That his fiancée experienced while she was dying.
You've been Ghost Ridered.
And he falls off the roof, and he's impaled on a thing, and he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
I'm quitting as of now.
Wait until tomorrow. You'll change your mind.
Speaking from experience.
Yes.
Boop, 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 boop. The cops come. Albrecht is put into an ambulance.
Eric goes back to the cemetery. He says a tearful goodbye to Shelley's grave.
Shelley, Bo Belly Banana Fana. And Shelley's ghost shows up and takes him back to the land of the dead. I think that crow's gonna be okay.
They spend the rest of their lives rolling around under the ground together. Because that's what happens when you're an undead fighting machine. And a loving machine.
The Crow. Real love is forever.
Yes, it is.
I want to start with saying what I didn't like about the movie. Every character. Even John Polito, who I love, even his character was annoying.
Yeah.
And the Crow, I didn't buy him. I didn't see that pain in his performance. I didn't feel that pain that he lived through.
We don't have a chance to get to know Eric and Shelley.
Right.
So how do you get to care about their plight? Other than, you don't want to see a woman raped and killed and with her boyfriend dropped out of a window.
You see these rather trite montages from their past. It doesn't mean anything. Now, I did think that the movie had some good qualities. Good. I did like the style of it. The music was great. I liked the consistent mood that it had. And I thought it was really well paced. I was really surprised when we did that first time check and we were well over halfway through the movie. I think it moves along at a good clip.
He has his 4 targets.
And he moves through them expeditiously.
The flaming crow on the ground is an amazing shot right there. I think it was just a series of amazing shots. We were watching a rock video, and some movies are like that. It's just that this one seemed to just be a rock video.
This feels like a warm-up for Alex Proyas's subsequent film, Dark City, which is a lot better.
It's a lot better. It's not tied up so much with editing, if I recall correctly. There's none of the action in this movie seemed realistic because they weren't showing you where all of the players were, which you have to do to really feel the flow of the scene, and they were chopping it up so much. Yeah. I don't know how good of a fighter Brandon Lee is, because so often it would just be him going like this, or like that, or whatever, when it wouldn't show like a consistent move across the screen.
There is a movie trope that is one of my most hated. And it is the gang of cackling psychopaths. I think this started in the 70s, back with Death Wish.
Mm-hmm.
And it has gone through the 80s with RoboCop and the 90s with The Crow. And you probably still see it today. And it's so tired. And it reduces criminals to just this faceless madness where every criminal has some motive.
Yeah.
There's some rationality there. They're not just running around going, ooh-hee-ha-ha!
Why would you eat bullets?
Right.
How tough do you have to be that tough?
Okay. I know how to improve this movie. It's 1 year later. The Crow rises from the grave, bent on revenge. 3 of the gangsters are still criminals. 1 of them has left the gang. He has a wife who's pregnant, he's got a job, he's trying to turn his life around, and the Crow's got to kill him anyway. He has to reckon with that, and that can be a real moment of poignance and a real moment of moral ambiguity for this killing machine.
Also with your little plan is that Eric would be able to see the life he didn't have.
Yeah.
You've gotten married. You've left this neighborhood.
And you took that from me.
Yeah.
And you don't get to have it. When I was in college,
yes,
there was this dorm room I hung out with all the cool guys on the floor. And they played all the cool music, all this music I was interested in. And I was really into industrial music. Ministry, Front 242, all that stuff. But they would play My Life with a Thrill Kill Cult, and I was just like, I don't like this. I don't get it. And I listened to Skinny Puppy, for God's sake.
I had a friend in college who, when she was a little girl, whenever she'd see someone die in a movie, she'd cry because she thought that they were dying in real life. 15 years pass, and she's sitting in the movie theater, and the person she's at the movies with leans over to her and says, "This is the scene where he died." And then she just bursts out crying. She becomes a little girl again because she realizes that this is the one time that it actually happened.
Was it the big shootout?
The big shootout. When he's standing on the table and everyone shoots him, it's one of those guns.
They didn't use the actual footage.
I can't imagine that they would have used the actual footage.
But that footage exists.
Somewhere. That is something about this movie. It's all about cool. Every single shot of him is basically goth porn. And I think that's really what the big draw of the movie is.
The early 90s is where goth music and goth culture are as big in the general consciousness as they're going to get.
Yeah. But I do like goth culture. It's something that I always wish that I could have spent a season doing. It's a lifestyle where you really have to commit to it.
Yeah, it's a very fashion-conscious culture.
You would need to have more than one top hat.
Well, the crow has fluttered away, and now it's time for us to soar on over to Seen It.
Seen It.
Our theme for Seen It tonight is crime.
Spoon Goon writes, Seen It, Zodiac, directed by David Fincher, the best serial killer movie ever made. Seen It.
Seen It. This is kind of the Goodfellas of serial killer movies.
It's amazing.
And it's a movie that really takes its time. It doesn't rush through the plot. Gives you time for all kinds of nice little weird details. Anthony Edwards musing about Japanese food. Mark Ruffalo hustling for animal crackers.
Yes.
You have some in the car. I was saving those for later. And it's not a horror movie. It's a procedural.
Yeah.
It's a police procedural, a newspaper procedural, and a serial killer procedural.
Yeah.
It keeps all those balls in the air for the entire time.
Even though it's not a horror movie, there are a number of scenes in the movie that are terrifying. All the scenes in which someone's killed by the Zodiac.
Certainly.
They do something that a lot of really good procedural movies do, which is show clocks. They show calendars. They let you know how time has passed. They show the building of that pyramid building in San Francisco. And it's like, this much time has passed. They built a skyscraper between these two scenes.
Matt Berkey, The Great Muppet Caper is brilliant. Seen It.
Seen it a long, long time ago.
Me too, but I watched it again recently, and I'm surprised at how much I remember so vividly from seeing it so many times as a kid.
Kermit riding a bike. How do they do that?
The Happiness Hotel. The Baseball Diamond. I didn't get it until I was an adult. When I was a kid, I thought, oh, it's a really big diamond. It's like the size of a baseball. I didn't get Baseball Diamond.
He didn't play many sports.
This is the most charming and elegant of the Muppet movies. It helps that they have all of these renowned British actors, Robert Morley, Peter Ustinov, Diana Rigg. And so it's really a pleasure to watch.
Yoel K. Music writes, Tarantino's Jackie Brown. I'm interested to see what you guys would say about it in comparison to his other work. Seen It.
Seen It.
In comparison to his other work is a good way of putting this movie. This is the not Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
He did a tactical retreat from Pulp Fiction. He made a movie to just show how good of a director he is.
Yep. I think this is the only time that Robert De Niro has played a moron. He is so dumb in this movie. It's so funny to watch. And Pam Grier, she had to be in her mid-50s, and she has still got it.
Yeah.
What a gift for her at that stage in her career to have this starring role in this really good movie.
Which is what Tarantino does.
Baron von Penguin, Road to Perdition. Tom Hanks and Paul Newman were heartbreaking, and Jude Law was creepy as hell. Seen It.
Seen It.
It was a big flop, wasn't it?
It wasn't as big as people thought it was going to be.
I think I know why. Because Tom Hanks is a very warm actor. Mm-hmm. And he plays this ice-cold character, and it just doesn't work.
It seems like he is wearing a mask in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And why we like Tom Hanks is that he makes everything seem very, very real. It's jarring, and it doesn't seem as real as it should.
I know this is based on a graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
And these movies tend to try and recreate the panels of the graphic novel, and oftentimes they just seem a little too mannered and precise and not loose and organic enough. Well, you can experience a resurrection of sorts by going to our website, welcometothebasementshow.com. There is every episode we've ever made, and there are also PayPal donation buttons that you can click on to donate to help support this show.
This show.
I have a couple of donors here to thank. Ward from Belgium, who says, been watching since Nanook, our first episode. I've discovered some of my favorite movies with you guys like Fitzcarraldo, and it's always fun to see your take on movies I already liked, like The Emperor's New Groove. Love the show, and it has been a safe haven during some really weird periods of my life. And Shay, who says, my birthday is coming up this July, and I thought to myself, why not gift myself with the gift of giving? So here's a little something to your amazing show who gave me hours of top-notch entertainment. Thank you both very much.
Thank you.
To find out who the rest of our donors are, and to see the contents of our mail crate, you can watch Unboxing, which comes out this coming Friday. Unboxing, Welcome to the Basement, they alternate every other Friday. That's how the show works.
That's how we get them.
The Crow, I finally watched it, and now you can watch this. The Crow.
You blah 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 blah. Ah, my
I just never got around to it.
Oh.
Oh man, I'm all out of cash.
Tell the rest of them that death is coming for them tonight.